the bloodlust.
Me too.
I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 235 of the program. Tonight, we are going to be discussing Perpetrator, the third film, I think, by Jennifer Reeder. My name's Amy. I'm your fearless leader, joined, as always, by my lovely and talented co-host, Jamie.
Yellow.
Hi there.
Howdy.
And a howdy to you. And a fine good afternoon to you, my friend.
A howdy do.
We don't have any roundtable today that pertains at all to the movie. We didn't come up with one. And we're all out of roundtable questions submitted by listeners.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
Listeners, please do our job for us.
Please.
Please and thank you.
Our job, which originally was supposed to be your job. So our roundtable is just going to be, as summer has drawn to a close now, it's the end of September and is officially getting into fall. Jamie, what were some of your favorite things from this summer?
Favorite things from this summer. Well, Amy.
Bonus points if they're horror related.
I was a bad horror lover this summer and didn't do much except watch the movies for this show. But I will say I was very pleased that this summer in Michigan anyways really was like a heavy thunderstorm summer.
Yeah, it was. That's true.
And last year we really got screwed and there weren't many at all. And
yeah.
This year they were just knocking it out of the park. So I was pleased with that. I was pleased that a dear friend Becky visited and we got to explore the UP a bit, which was nice. Don't get up there enough. And I had a pasty for the first time, which is crazy that I've lived this long, my whole life in Michigan, and have yet to have a pasty.
Isn't it just like a Hot Pocket?
It is. But listen, I like a meat and veggie stuffed bread thing. There's a version of that in all sorts of areas, and I always enjoy them. And so that was fun. And yeah, just did some hiking and some traveling around. Some friends come out and visit, which was nice. And it was a pretty typical summer. Sorry it's not very interesting. Sorry it wasn't very horror related.
Well, you're just going to have to do better next time.
I will.
Great.
I'll do my best.
Terrific. My summer, let's see. I think my favorite thing I did this summer was read the Blackwater book.
Now, what is that book?
What's his name? Michael McDowell. I read
Malcolm McDowell. Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell.
Isn't that also the name of that singer?
Michael McDonald.
That's who I'm thinking of.
That's
the guy.
Isn't that him?
Uh-huh. That's what I'm thinking of. He did not write this book. I got it.
No. This book that I read, it was very good, and it's this big, sprawling, multi-generational saga of this family whose matriarch is a monster. She's not a figurative monster, but a literal sea monster.
Oh,
well, a river monster.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. And her subsequent familial line, which is also part river monster.
I like the idea of a river monster.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This town is
like
on
a
the
big old catfish.
Sort of looks like a catfish, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. This family lives on the banks of the Perdido River, and the family just becomes more and more powerful because their matriarch is a secret monster and can just eat people that she doesn't like.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that power?
Except for her mother-in-law, who she doesn't eat, but who she butts heads with for like 20 years. It's a really cool book.
Interesting.
I liked it very much. Michael McDowell has great characters, and the way that they talk to each other is very fun and interesting. And he wrote Beetlejuice also, so if you like the way that those characters interact, it's kind of a similar kind of vibe.
Excellent.
So I really liked that. That was probably my favorite thing, horror related, that I enjoyed this year. Although it's pretty light on the horror, besides the fact that she's a monster.
And eats people.
I also really love that the women are the ones that are in charge in the whole story. Kind of, they're the linchpins of the story. I like that. And all the men, the characters, just kind of need to defer to the women to figure out what to do. I like that they run the show in his books.
Yeah, that's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it is. So that was my favorite thing I did this summer. I did go on that little kayaking tour of the Detroit River, which was cool.
Yeah,
I liked
that sounded fun.
But I didn't do a whole lot else.
Oh,
I had a good garden.
I forgot to mention that I did, but I probably did on the show, that I attended a falconry workshop.
I'm not sure if you talked about that on the show, actually.
And both of those were very enjoyable.
You did talk about your bird board game, but you didn't, I don't think, talk about the falconry,
well, the falconry
class
workshop
that you went to.
Was very interesting and very informative. And I got to meet some hawks, a Harris's hawk and a red-tailed hawk. And I went on a little hike. Well, this wasn't summer, technically, with Karen yesterday, and saw a snake that I've never seen before in the wild.
What'd it look like?
And successfully ID'd it, which I was
really
very proud of myself for. Yeah, it looks like a little light brown garter snake. And I had a feeling it was this snake called a Decay's brown snake. And I looked it up, and that's what it was.
Wow, I bet you were very pleased.
I was. I patted myself on the back. I had a very animal-filled summer.
That's nice. I guess I did too, but just foster animals.
Yeah. A very wild animal-filled.
Yeah. I had one wild animal in my summer, my little groundhog buddy, who's since been relocated and has not returned.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm pleased.
That's what we hope for.
Mm-hmm. Listeners, I hope that you had a good summer. Let us know how you spent it. We'd love to hear from you, as usual. If you experienced any fun horror things this summer that you'd like to share with us, I'd sure like to hear about it. We had fun, exciting, not exciting alien revelations this summer. I wish they had been more exciting than they turned out to be.
They were kind of not as exciting
as I'd hoped.
Yeah, not at all. It was kind of like all right.
But we got some good memes out of them, and that's what really matters in life.
That's the only thing that matters, some might say.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Perpetrator, shall we?
Sure.
Jamie, why don't you give us the stats, please?
I will. This here movie was written and directed by Jennifer Reeder. It stars Kaya McKimmon, Alicia Silverstone, and Christopher Lowell. It is not rated. It's a runtime 1 hour, 41 minutes. A runtime of whatever. Premiered at Berlin International Film Festival February 17th of 2023. It was released September 1st, 2023. And Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an 80% critics and a 32% audience score.
As seems to be the case with most movies I like.
Well, that tracks.
So what's this one about? It is a kind of feministy, Heathersy, funny horror about a teenage outcast named Jonny, who is sent to live with her strange Aunt Hildy, played by Alicia Silverstone, in this town where girls have been going missing. And her aunt is introducing her to these powers that she has, which are bestowed upon her on her 18th birthday. And she decides to utilize them to try and find her missing classmates. So that's what it's about. Have you seen Knives and Skin, Jennifer Reeder's other movie?
I have not.
Okay. I don't know that you'd like it. Let's start by talking about what you thought of this one.
I'm with the audience on this.
Still didn't like it, huh?
I did not like it. I will say it improved a little bit at some point, more because like the story started, the actual like plot part started picking up, and that I will admit it was an interesting concept. Like, fine. I hated this movie.
Wow.
I mean, I hated watching it. Like, it was not a fun experience for me. It felt super on the nose, and maybe it was supposed to be, that's fine. I just didn't like the dialogue. I didn't like the way the characters acted. I didn't like that she didn't in any way look like a high schooler, which I understand is like a trope, and
it is, yeah.
But I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just did not like this. It was not a movie for me. Alicia Silverstone looks great, and I'm glad to see her in something. And she was great at playing this creepy aunt. This movie was not for me. It didn't feel like overly artsy necessarily, but it was artsy enough. Like, it didn't speak to me in any way, shape, or form, other than like,
except for Alicia Silverstone.
Yes, and
she looks great.
She does look great, and other than the story and the concept being interesting and cool, I just didn't like the execution of it. I found it pretty boring. I don't know at what mark. What did I have? An hour left when I texted you, and I was like, I can't. I was already so uninterested in it, and then at one point I probably checked the time to see how much was left like 5 other times.
Man.
It didn't do anything for me.
Did you like this?
I did like the weird, I will say, like, when it shows like the powers and like the face changing stuff, I really liked the sort of X-Files-y CGI effect that kind of looked like.
I thought it worked too.
You show me some effects that harken back to like the 90s X-Files realm, and I'm going to be a fan of that just because it's got a nice nostalgic feel to it.
This had a lot of 90s vibes to me.
Yeah, I didn't understand the characters. I didn't really understand like the motivations of the characters or like their relationships with one another and how they like interacted with each other, or how the conversations that they had. None of it felt, I didn't like it. I mean, I could pick it apart. I'm very curious. Obviously I'm with the audience on this one. And like, I'm missing something that all of the critics, or the majority of critics, are seeing in this. It was just one of those that like, it didn't do anything for me at all. And it was one of those, unfortunately, that just kind of made me a little angry towards the end, because I was like, I need to get to the end of this. It felt like a chore.
Oh man,
I know. I'm kind of disappointed, only because I don't know, because the concept really was interesting and neat, and I like the idea of kind of exploring how young girls and women are sort of conditioned and kept in this constant state of fear, and that they're always, the next attack is right around the corner, and they always have to be on their guard. And even like during one of the little training sessions at their school, him being like, you know, you should be focusing on and tap into that ever-present fear and something, and like be paralyzed with that. And so that's what I mean. Like, the bones of it for me were good. I like that concept, because anyone who's not a girl or a woman, like, that's what it's like. It's what it feels like fear all the time.
Runs under everything.
Yes. And where it's like, you are sort of trained and conditioned to be afraid of things, and rightly so, because there's a lot out there and a lot of people to fear and to be afraid of, and it isn't totally a safe world out there for we women. And I liked that Jennifer Reeder was playing with a creative and interesting way to sort of showcase that and illustrate that for the viewer. I just don't think this movie was one for me. Like it I just didn't like how it was done, I guess. I didn't get it. Some of the visuals, I'm just like, I don't even understand what I don't
like
get.
the kaleidoscopic stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then like the dropping into like blood. But like obviously I understand I'm a woman, so I understand why there's a lot of bloodiness in this movie. We deal with it for a very long time in our life. But like some of those visuals, it felt like it would just go from your standard type movie to that. Like there almost wasn't enough of that type of imagery to make it feel like it like was successfully woven in with the storyline, if that makes sense. Unlike a movie like, what was the one, Under the Skin, where you have those kind of crazy visuals, but they're peppered in like such a consistent way that it just sort of meshes nicely with the story that's being told. This seemed like it was somehow related to her powers or her like developing and learning about her powers. And then later on when she's like fighting the monster guy, but it just kind of felt like maybe it was, in my opinion, when I watched it, it just felt like it was just thrown in as like a cool visual aid. Not that it in any way furthered the story or made what was happening more interesting.
I read the blood as being like the source, the symbol of the source of her power. And the fact that the movie has a little bit of blood present in almost every scene, you know, whether somebody's nose is bleeding or something else is happening or there's blood on the bed or there's blood on.
Yeah, I had no problem with the blood being there.
Into it was like she's tapping into the source of her powers.
Okay.
Which is, you know, your feminine powers, because blood, like you said, is so tied up in our femininity.
I hate that word.
Femininity.
Yeah, it's just
femininity.
I don't like it. But yes, femininity. It's not a fun
in our
word to say.
sexuality.
In our sexuality. Yeah, it just didn't do a whole lot for me, Amy.
I loved it.
Well, I'm glad you loved it.
I think it has the potential to be a cult classic like Heathers. It had that same kind of dark comedy aspect to me that Heathers has. And like Heathers, I think it's really scattered and all over the place and thematically not exactly cohesive. But I didn't mind because I really liked the characters and the performances. I thought Alicia Silverstone especially was great.
Yeah,
she was
she
like
really
out of an
was.
old movie, the way that she enunciated everything and stuff. I thought she was a standout. I thought that the main character projected a lot of strength and I liked her. I think maybe she could have been a little better, but I liked the rest of the cast too. Christopher Lowell, I liked him a lot in My Best Friend's Exorcism. I'm wondering if that's just the same character that he plays in everything. I kind of like to see him in something else. The principal.
Okay.
He was the bodybuilder guy that
right.
does the exorcism.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a very similar character.
It was a very similar character. I liked the face changey bits and the use of special effects that they had in it, although they're pretty light.
Yeah.
But I liked the characters. I really enjoyed the interactions between the characters. At first, it's a little difficult to get to know the main character. I think it takes a little bit too long getting started. It's definitely not a perfect movie, but I had a ton of fun with it.
I mean, that's just funny to me, only because it's so wildly different.
Yeah.
I'm glad. It always makes it interesting to talk about movies when we have such polar opposite, like...
I also really liked what it had to say. You know, I liked that how much agency the main character had, how she refused to be victimized. She was very active in standing up for herself and trying to help the other characters.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that. I did like that. Like I said, I liked what was being said. I liked the storyline and the plot of it. And just everything else was like, meh.
The execution didn't work for you.
No.
I thought it was good. I even liked the side characters. I liked the stupid boy who was just...
Kirk? Yeah.
He was just a sweet, sensitive guy. I thought it was cute.
He was my favorite character of all of them, honestly, just because it's like, oh, you precious little dum-dum. And how he's just like, which is like, why do you date all these girls? And he's just like, because girls are fucking awesome. And I'm like, all right, what an honest answer.
Yeah.
And then he's like crying to them at the end. Like, I liked Kirk. I thought
liked
his
him
character
too.
was funny.
I felt like there were a lot of instances like that where the movie, you expected it to go one way and it went a different way. And I liked the directions that it chose to turn. I enjoyed it.
I will say, of the whole thing, my favorite, the scene or sequence I think I enjoyed the most was when she and her friend, which I don't even remember her friend's name.
They all had very, I think, meaningful names. Her name was Electra, I think.
Oh, yeah, Electra. When they go to the house party.
That was cool, wasn't it?
Try to follow Kirk. Like, that part, I loved how that looked. I loved the execution of that scene and, like, how she was, you see her essentially just, like, absorbing the energy and stuff.
Of whoever
like,
she walks by.
Whoever she's walking by. I liked that visual.
That was really cool.
Looked. It was a very cool scene. So, I will say of all of it, I liked how that looked. I thought that was really, really well done. And such a cool sequence of events to see. And she, like, that actress did a really nice job of sort of like following the movements and you get that she's like absorbing the energy of the people that she's coming into contact with.
And I think some of the plot was a little too spelled out, but that wasn't. I liked
I think that's maybe why I liked it, because it felt very subtle.
Yeah. I liked that they were pretty subtle about what her powers did. Mm-hmm. And they didn't go into it too much. I liked that about it too. I just really liked this. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to watch it again. Cool. And I don't normally like horror You're like, cool. I don't normally like horror comedies. I think they're very hard to make correctly. And I think this one did a really good job.
I didn't even know this was supposed to be a horror comedy until you just mentioned it in this recording.
You didn't find any of it funny, like the massacre drills and things like that?
Not really.
No?
I think mainly because I was confused. And I was already just not enjoying it. And I guess I just couldn't, and this could be me, because horror comedy, like you, is a hard sell for me. And I don't generally like... It's
the hardest thing to make, I think, of any little subgenre.
Like, I remember you guys really liked, what was it, Final Girls?
Yeah.
Was that? And I didn't like that.
I didn't like Final Girls that much. I defended Final Girls because everybody hated it. It was Jason, friend of the podcast, Jason, that loved Final Girls.
Yeah. Like, I did not think that was funny.
What was the one? Tragedy Girls. I liked that one. And you also didn't like that.
Right. I didn't like that one. I didn't like Cooties.
No.
But I don't think any of us liked Cooties.
I don't know why I defended that one too.
Jesus, stop defending.
Stop being a horror comedy apologist. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. You can. You're allowed. Yeah. So I think I'm just. It's hard. It's hard for me. Like, if it's not What We Do in the Shadows, and you're not giving me those sort of like.
Or Housebound.
Or Who Spooned. Yeah. If I'm not getting like those kind of. That kind of comedy, I guess it's just likely that it's not going to be a win for me. Not that horror comedies can be successful. Obviously, they can. We've seen a few of them. It's just...
A very small few. Do you like Heathers?
I do like Heathers a lot.
Okay.
I remember, wasn't The Voices supposed to technically be horror comedy?
Absolutely.
And I remember not finding that particularly funny, but also loving it, because I found it to be like insanely dark and upsetting.
It's a horror comedy, for sure. From the outside, it's a comedy.
Yeah. This one, it just didn't... It didn't strike me as a comedy.
You liked Bodies, 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 right?
I did like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Okay.
I thought that was fun.
I like this better than that one.
Yes, I do not.
And I like this better than Tragedy Girls. I like this a lot. I said that already.
Well, good.
But I liked it. I recommend it. I rate it 4. Even though it's sloppy, for my enjoyment as far as like craft wise, as far as cohesion and script and whatever, it's a 3.5. But for my enjoyment wise, it's a 4.
Excellent. I am probably going to give it a 2.
A 2. And
no, I'll give it a 2.5 because it's not terrible. It like critically speaking or like technically speaking, it's not terrible. And it did have some cool scenes. It just clearly wasn't a movie for me. Like, and that's my personal taste. So I can't rate it high because I did not enjoy it. But like I can recognize that like it's a pretty technically well-made movie. I just don't.
You
think
liked
it was,
the
like,
look of it.
well. I did,
but
like
you
the
didn't
look of
like.
it. Yeah.
You didn't like the.
But yeah, I just
effects
didn't.
When she would like the kaleidoscope stuff and things. You didn't care for that.
No, and I just didn't care for the movie as a whole. Like, it just didn't do anything for me. But I can recognize that, like, the director is good at what she does. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to be an apologist for it. But
Well,
really,
you don't
like,
have to because I already like it.
Because I just don't like it.
Yeah, that's fine. But you do have to recommend something else.
Well, then I will recommend either Heather's or why am I totally blanking on the title of it? The delightful coming of age werewolf movie.
Ginger Snaps.
Yes, Ginger Snaps. Thank you. That's what I would recommend.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good choice. Okay. Acceptable.
I love Ginger Snaps. I'd watch that 5 times before watching this again.
I think this would make a good double feature with Ginger Snaps.
It would. I would leave before that one, though. Or show up late.
Heather's and Ginger Snaps would also go fine together, and this and Heather's.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're all 3 very similarly themed. Ginger Snaps, it's so much better, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know which one I'd prefer. I guess I'd have to watch this one again, see how I feel.
Make your own little double feature of them.
Maybe I shall. I don't think Kay has seen either, so I'll make her
Wonderful.
watch them both.
Well, that sounds like a great idea.
Shall we discuss some spoilers now?
Sure, that's what we do.
That's what we do. That's how these things work.
Yeah.
The thing that was weird to me, plot structure-wise, is... Well, there's 2 things. When all the girls were taken, because the girls who were missing were taken by the same person, obviously, and they were being held in a place all together in one room. So why, when the single person who is keeping them hostage comes in, did they not all, as a group, rush him and attack him? That's 4 people against 1 person.
Right. I don't know. Maybe because they were in a weakened state.
Maybe so.
Their fear.
But that's not that big of a deal. That's a thing that happens in lots of thrillers and movies like this. I just thought it was a little bit silly that, as savvy as they portrayed all of these characters to be, none of them realized that the principal was the killer until he started bleeding at the assembly.
Right.
To me, it seemed pretty obvious right away who it was.
Yeah.
As soon as we heard him talk.
That was my guess.
Sure. You don't even have to guess. It's very obvious. So why was it not obvious to them? Was that supposed to be a joke? I don't know.
If it was, it fell flat.
I did love how everybody was obsessed in their town with plastic surgery.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I also really enjoyed the health questionnaire that she has to take. The question and answer portion of her when she starts at that school.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was very funny.
I don't even remember it. Was that what she was just asking her about, like, if she's sexually active and...
A bunch of weird questions. That and, like, how popular are you?
Oh, I
From
didn't even hear that.
0, nobody would care if I went missing, to so popular that anybody would literally kill to be you just for a second.
Yep, that is an unusual question to ask incoming students.
On a health questionnaire. Well, it makes it funnier later when you realize who all's in on it.
Yeah.
Listeners, I don't know what to tell you. I think you should go or watch it. It's available on Shudder. You know, it occurs to me that I say this when we talk about the movie we're going to watch next, but not on the current episode. So I should try to remember it's streaming on Shudder. You can watch this movie on Shudder.
And on AMC Plus.
Right.
Which I signed up for a free 7-day trial for.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So.
And there's some other good
you
stuff. A couple of things. I think one's called Blood Flower, foreign stuff that's on Shudder right now. So you should check those out while your 7-day free trial is still going.
Well, it's just for AMC Plus.
But that's okay. Everything on Shudder is on AMC Plus.
Oh, is it? They're one and the same? Ish?
AMC Plus includes Shudder and
Okay.
IFC Films and something else.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
That's how I've gotten all my Shudder things. I have AMC Plus.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. I don't know, listeners. If you normally like Jamie approved movies, then I would skip it and watch Heather's or Ginger Snaps and or both of them instead.
Yeah.
But if you agree with me, I say give this a try. I think it's going to be a cult classic.
I mean, obviously, if 80%, I mean, I don't put much stake in Rotten Tomatoes, as we know, but
Exactly.
if it's showing 80% critics, like that's a big gap between the critics and the audience. So
I also looked on Letterboxd earlier today, and it doesn't have very good reviews on there. So I think the majority of people agree with you.
As they should. Just kidding. I'm not saying this movie's a piece of shit. It just, I didn't like it. That's my totally untechnical personal take.
Well, okay, here's a question. Did you like it better than Cobweb? Which one pissed you off more?
Cobweb. Because
Yeah.
Cobweb, I was into it for a bit.
Right.
And it there was a point where I was like, oh, this shit has promise. Like, I like it. Mm-hmm. And then it took such a drastic turn at the end. This one, I wasn't into it, from the beginning. So it never really hit a point. It hit a point where the plot got a little bit more interesting. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't I'm a little, I feel tense. And, this might be a good horror movie, only to, completely shit the bed in the end. So I would say Cobweb was more disappointing because I developed hopes for it in the middle. And hopes that were
You caught
crushed.
feelings.
I caught feelings and they were crushed.
Yeah. This one also reminded me of some early 2000s kind of detective-y, Veronica Mars and what was it? Disturbia. And what was the other one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I have no idea. I've not seen either of those things that you just mentioned.
Ah, well, it gave me some early 2000s teen or early 20-something kind of mystery stories.
It did have a sort of mystery solving vibe to it for sure.
Which is enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't like it. Hopefully you'll like our next movie.
It happens.
It does happen.
What is
our next movie, Jamie, is VHS 85, which is also going to be available on Shudder and AMC Plus.
Oh, well then I guess I should watch that in the next 7 days.
Yeah, I think you'll have time. Did you just sign up for it?
Yes.
Well, then you might. It premieres October 6th. So you won't. Never mind.
Never mind.
It premieres October 6th. You may have to pay. What is it?
Son of a bitch.
I think it's $4.99, isn't it?
It's $9.
Oh.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just put it on the business account.
Well, you can always watch it at my house.
It's true. I'm excited for that one. We're
Me too.
fans of the VHS films, even the not so great ones.
Even the not so great ones. I liked the last one.
Yeah, I did.
enjoyed
I
it.
did too.
So I'm excited about this. And it'll have a segment directed by David Bruckner, who we enjoy.
Fantastic.
The fellow who made The Ritual and The Night House and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh.
And The Signal, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be excited for that segment.
So we do hope that you join us in 2 weeks to talk about VHS 85. And we hope that your fall is going splendidly. And do give us a rating or a review, please, if you haven't done so already. We're sitting right around 85 right now. I would love to see us get up to 100 someday. That would be really nice.
Someday. Yeah, that would be nice.
I know more of you listen than have reviewed. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm guilty of not reviewing shows that I really like also.
Well, be an example.
I will not.
Well, let's hope that our listeners are better than you
are. An example
are.
of anything. Hey, I've
tisk,
gone
tisk.
in and reviewed My Dad Wrote a Porno because the world needs to know how great that show is.
Yeah.
As I'm just finishing up my 25th re-listen. That's just a guess, but it's been a million times.
That's what Kay's listening to on her drive from Chicago. To and from.
Because it's just the best. It's just the best.
They knew what they were doing putting those best of episodes out. They knew it was going to make a bunch of people re-listen to them.
Hell yes. And it did.
And it did.
Success.
All right. Well, I'm going to go continue my day.
I'm hungry.
Play a little golf.
Are ya?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I rage quit a game the other night.
Were you playing on Pro?
Uh-huh. And I was like, nope. I hate it. I was so mad.
Yeah, I've rage quit on Pro before. And I never quit. You know I'm not a quitter of anything.
Yeah, I am with video games. It's just not worth it. It's not worth sitting there and being very angry.
No, I just can't imagine getting to the point where I'm not going to randomly do like very slow, very fast. On Pro.
Oh,
I can do it on regular.
Yeah, no, I had to step away, and I was glad that I did. It was what was best for me at that time. I was about ready to throw the controller, and they're expensive to replace. So
yeah. Today might be the day I go get my PlayStation 5.
Do it.
I might.
Let me know how it is. I'm still thinking about it, but I just haven't been playing enough games to really justify it. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm pulling the trigger. Some pasta?
Yeah, I'm real hungry.
We'll do it.
Have I eaten yet today? No.
I had a microwave thing.
This is what happens every time.
Every what? Every day?
But all the time. It'll be like afternoon. I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't eaten.
We'll go eat.
I will.
And you go eat, listeners.
Go eat, listeners. That's go eat, listeners.
That's right. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me, Jamie.
And thank you for being a friend.
That's right. And until next time, I've been Amy.
I am Jamie.
Thank you and good night.
Gute Nacht.
Guten Nacht. Guten Tag. And Dougie says goodbye too.